Yes. Hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another After Hours at Site-42, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last year and continuing on, every single day, because the daily stream streak remains strong, I am here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are going to be here today for the next 30 minutes to 1 hour for our general Q&A. But before I get to said general Q&A, let me handle a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, yes, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat, I do realize that it is later in the day than usual. It's been a busy weekend. I was handling a flesh inside-out defying virus. It wasn't a virus, it was a anomalous aura of sorts in conjunction with SCP-3652. Regardless, it's been busy. There's a lot of cleanup. Desk and I both have had varying levels of busyness. Some would say the desk has had more busyness than me. I will not disagree with that, but I still tended a lot of animals, and I still made sure that this place is shipshape, and now most people's skin is on the outside where it belongs. Everyone's squishy organ bits are within their body casings again, which is a vast improvement over how things have been the last 48 hours. So, suffice it to say, you're welcome. You're welcome that we're still having stream, and you're welcome that, also guys, you gotta consider the time zones. It's 7:30 p.m. where I am. It's 7:30. I still got all the time in the world. I could go all day. And the stream streak relies on my time zone, by the way, which is why it mattered if I was on the East Coast or the West Coast. I'm just saying. But that said, DJ, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's not very punctual streams Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat. Congratulations on being first chatter. Meanwhile, Sleepless Dragon, Amber, Chaos Kitty, Fly, Puppet Boy, Legendary Doge, CD23, 369 Destroyer. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site-42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns Kevin Suit, Saul, Cartoon McCullough, Sorry, Carlton McCullough. Carlton, not cartoon. Are you a cartoon version of yourself by chance? Are you from a lower pataphysical narrative level where you might be animated in some sense? Tell me about it. 953, starring Glitchy Show and Smole. All of you, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you. Now today's stream subject is quite simple. In this house, and by house, I mean heavily confidential, redacted, black site of the SCP Foundation. We support other SCP Foundation content creators, whether they be SCP authors or artists, whether they be animators, filmmakers, game devs, podcasters, merch makers, etc. Regardless, we make sure that we support our SCP Foundation fam. And that means today that we are giving support to the new video drop from SCP YouTuber RADDAGHER. RADDAGHER has brought to us a new SCP video. It is confidential. It is unavailable unless you are a Patreon patron of RADDAGHER. I highly suggest you do this. Hint, hint. If only because, we're looking at cold posts. We're looking at cold posts that get deleted from the SCP Wiki to make sure you don't make those mistakes. If you wanted to be a better SCP Foundation writer, if you are a new up-and-coming SCP Foundation author, and you do not know the way the website works, and you are learning the ropes so you don't get nuked from the vote orbit, this video would be a good one to check out. Give RADDAGHER your dollars on Patreon. Go to RADDAGHER's YouTube channel. Go to RADDAGHER's Patreon. And you will have access to this video now. I guess you could wait until it comes out on normal YouTube. But why would you do that? You could do it now. Do it now! Support our friend RADDAGHER, the best SCP YouTuber of them all. That's all. Just a simple plug. Oh, speaking of plugs, remember, Dr. Sherman plushie, available now. For what, 17 more days? Maybe? How many days? 16 more days. You have 16 more days to get your Dr. Sherman plushie before it is gone forever. The opportunity is nigh. Do not miss it. Linked in the chat pin, linked in the VOD description. Desk is sharing the link. Yes, Puppy of Interest 42, I know I am holding your enemy here, but it is fine. I put it away, and so now you can visit the stream. Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, is here to say hello. She missed Agent Goose during Agent Goose's trip to not get a flesh inside outifying virus. Also, she was very whiny when she discovered that I was streaming without her. Came over to the door and started clawing and whining because the most important thing in the world for Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, is to say hi to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. So, chat, on your behalf, a treat for the good girl. Thank you for visiting Puppy of Interest 42. And now, with all of our stream subject housekeeping complete, welcome to today's general Q&A for the next... Desk says 2 treats. Son of a... Charlie! Vicious snack getter. Good work, baby girl. Good work. Puppy belly for the chat. Alright, go back to Agent Goose. So, as I was saying, before Desk so rudely interrupted me, for good purposes. General Q&A commences now. 20 to 50 minutes depending on stream energy and my energy. I'm still very tired, but the stream streak remains strong. What's going on, Site-42 fam? Star and Glitchy Show, thank you for sending 2 sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they enjoyed the sparkle. 100 Stars Love, thank you for sending a star and a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they enjoyed the twinkle of the star, and they will keep it 100 because of it. Intern Odysseus, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a ballpark frank on your way past the commissary, because apparently you won your softball championship yesterday. Congratulations on your softball victory. The SCP Foundation sports leagues are very important for morale. I believe Toad King Studios, friend of the channel and the best SCP merch maker around, brought for us the Foundation After Midnight Radio podcast. Had the, I forget the opposing team, but I believe Site-19 softball team was the Unkillable Lizards. And then it was always sponsored by Spicy Crust Pizzeria. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they feel the love. Dr. Sherman, will Site-42 ever get an official dossier? Before you say there's no already a different Site-42 dossier, there are 2 Site-45 dossiers. Maybe for your 11th hire day on May 9th. Well, to be frank, I don't really have the motivation to put one on there. I think Site-42, YouTube, TikTok, and all of our social medias is a pretty extensive dossier. For a long while, the Site-42 hub on my author page on the SCP Wiki had a updating list of every SCP reading I did. So that was kind of the unofficial Site-42 dossier. Unfortunately, I then released over 500 SCP readings, and it became a lot to update on the archaic SCP Wiki formatting every single time I uploaded an episode, so I abandoned it. Suffice it to say, I have no intentions of doing so, but I guess if someone wants to give it a shot, that is up to them. Odysseus, thank you for donating again to say, I got a home run and got hit by the pitch. Well, congratulations on the first one. And I guess you at least got a base out of the second. I'm sorry that happened to you. Unpleasant. Intern Scared, thank you for being a level 1 researcher for 3 months here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Doc, I found a can of mimetic pepper spray. Say more now. What is mimetic pepper spray? Mimetic just means informational knowledge being passed around. Is it a can of pepper spray that if you look at it, your eyes get pepper sprayed like you think you're being pepper sprayed because you read it? What? Tell me more. 369 Destroyer, thank you for your 5 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. I have now read every page tagged superhero. Well, I wonder how many pages that actually is. Let's head over to the SCP database. And we check on the tabs. And we scroll down. You know what, just for the people who are new to the chat and would like this. So let's say for the sake of argument, you've got a random SCP page up. In this case, the hub for Vikander Need Technical Media, a group of interest. Well, at the bottom of every page, you'll see the tags. If we pick the hub tag, we'll see every page on the database that's tagged with hub. of which there happens to be 716 different hubs. Hubba hubba. Meanwhile, if we scroll down to the tag cloud, you have a list of all of the tags available on the wiki. And if we look into superhero, that is 60 articles tagged as superhero. Not too bad, 369 Destroyer. Not too bad at all. I hope you found good inspiration for your future writings. Kitty Fly, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi, which, as we all know, only takes 3% of your donation for service fees, whereas YouTube takes a 30% cut of every donation that comes through a super chat. So we greatly appreciate you making the effort to go to the Ko-Fi. Grab yourself a ambrosia salad on the way past the commissary. Remember, guys, use the SCP to SCP the SCPs. Otherwise translated to use special containment procedures to secure, contain, and protect the SCPs. Oh, yes, that is in fact grammatically correct. Good work. You can use the SCPs to SCP the SCPs. If you want inspiration, maybe you can do something like a mimetic agent that makes one want to become a superhero regardless of abilities or previous behavior. I apologize if I misspelled something. Well, Zen the Vigilante, the funny thing is that, I don't know if you know this, but you actually just described something that's already on the SCP database. Now, the object in question is a Spider-Man costume, as if one you would get at a Spirit Halloween store. SCP-4982. No, sorry. 4912. Codename With Great Power, because, well, you get the reference. SCP-4912 is a standard spandex costume with no known manufacturer, with a design based on Spider-Man. 4912 regenerates all damage done to it at a rate of inversely proportional to the degree of damage. Small damage requires 3 months of healing, while large incisions may be repaired within hours. When held or observed by a male human being, 4912 compels them to put it on. Individuals who are under the influence of 4912's compulsion effect are designated as 4912-A instances. A long story short, this makes them want to be a superhero and go do superhero things. But it does not give them any powers whatsoever, which means they will inevitably perish doing some grand stunt that they cannot possibly survive, at which point the suit will heal and wait for another wearer. So, crazy random happenstance that's basically what you just came up with, although with over 10,000 SCPs on the database, it is not shocking that a lot of ideas have already been done. AKA, Simpsons did it! Returning to the chat. Intern Dixie. Hi, Doc. Just got here. What are you reading? I sadly missed the last stream. Well, we were just taking a quick peek at SCP-4912, but we're not highly focused on it. It was just a quick discussion. Meanwhile, Scared Gamer, thank you for sending $100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep it even more $100 at your urging. Intern Togor, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a quiche on your way past the commissary, but only if you feel like you are responsible enough to take care of it. How long have you been in the fandom? Well, I would assume you're talking about the SCP Foundation fandom, and my author on the higher pataphysical narrative level above us has been a member of the SCP Foundation fandom for approximately 13 to 14 years. Now, it's been so long that he can't actually remember when he got into the fandom. It was just a matter of sometime in 2012 to 2013, he started reading SCPs and eventually using them in a D&D game he was running. So, you know, amnestics are a hell of a drug. You can't remember everything. Search SCP-2999, or sorry, 299. It's my favorite biohazardous SCP. Well, intern JGG. I can take a quick peek at 299. I mean, we had enough biohazards this weekend, that's for sure. Codename, the Infectious Tree. It's a black, sharp, pointy tree connected to neighboring trees by its roots. Prolonged contact converts these neighboring trees into other instances of 299. So it's a tree that will infect other trees to become iterations of it. Infection will result from prolonged contact with any material from 299. Does it turn out to infect humans as well? That makes sense. It releases chemicals known to spread throughout the immediate area, then cause heightened paranoia and aggression in most animals, including humans. Alright, there's a fair amount of testing in this article. It seems like they're doing good science. We did inject matter from 299 into a pig to see what happened. And it did, in fact, become another instance of 299 as I suspected. So that's, yep, and then we accidentally, Tree started deviating. D-class personnel were sent to determine. D-class was gotten by the tree. Yeah, it was a real nice D-class until it got him. And yes, the D-class was then a human iteration of SCP-299, as I had expected. So, pretty standard issue fare for us at the Foundation. Jesus died so you could live. Intern Hamburger, I haven't had to do this in a while, but which Jesus died for our sins? Here at the SCP Foundation, we contain 6 different living iterations of Jesus Christ. It's hard to tell which one you're worshipping at this time. You could be worshipping SCP-029-J, which is Uber driver Jesus, just Jesus working in New Jersey, has a sick ride. Could be SCP-3305, codenamed Bread Jesus. That one you have to sacrifice a virgin to access, so we don't do that very often if we don't have to. There's SCP-5991, otherwise known as Vor Jesus. We don't need to talk about that one. SCP-4477, codename Cockblock Jesus. I think the name is pretty self-evident there as well. SCP-6542, Milk Jesus. That one just really wants you to drink milk and eat cheese. That's why we instituted the Got Milk campaign in the United States. That was us. You're welcome. And SCP... Oh, which one is Jim Davis again? Desk? $7062? No, DJ, thank you. 7966. 7966 is Jim Davis, creator of Garfield, who is actually the second coming of Jesus Christ. So yes, of all of those Jesuses, I wonder which one you are a worshiper of. No, I'm not talking about SCPs right now. Then, Hamburger, what are you doing here? We're talking about SCPs right now. This is the SCP Foundation. No one asked to talk about anything that's not the SCP Foundation. We have 6 Jesuses. Pick one. You don't have a choice in the matter. You're in my house. You're in my site. I'm the site director here. Does that Jim Davis Jesus relate to Garfield? Actually, the SCP-3166, which relates to the living mascot costume of Garfield that is filled with lasagna and beats the hell out of Jim Davis every so often, appears to be in a different universe from SCP-7966, where Jim Davis just seems to live a completely normal, average life. We do not have any intel from that universe that the second coming of Jesus Christ, Jim Davis, creator of Garfield, gets the shit kicked out of him and force-fed lasagna from a living mascot costume of Garfield. What a weird sentence. $100 stars. Thank you for sending sparkles and 4 100s to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will enjoy the sparkle and keep it 4 times as 100 at your urging. I told SCP-096 that you saw his face. Intern Junior. First of all, SCP-096 is an it, not a he. All objects in containment are regarded to as it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. We don't humanize the anomalies. It makes people want to rescue them from their cruel fate of being imprisoned, despite what that would do to humanity if 096 was waltzing around, killing everyone who saw its face. Secondly, 096 is not sapient or sentient to our knowledge. It has not reacted to speech before. I don't care what you told it. I'm just caring that you were close enough to tell it, which means you risked seeing its face yourself for this stupid prank. I'm going to have to turn you over to disciplinary for this infraction. Scared Gamer, thank you for sending a 6-7 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they all groaned at the reference. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Wait, I just realized Containment Hazard Assessment Team means. Yes, Intern Dixie, the Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. the chat. Yep, you got it. We know that SCP-096 is sentient, not sapient, because of the 5731 cross-test. I do not recall the 5731 cross-test right now. Codename Doolittle's Mystery Box. Square Music Box. When anomaly is not in effect, it plays Zippity Doo Dah. If cranked by a non-sapient biological entity. 57311 said play English human speech. Is believed to be the broadcasting or translation of the non-sapient entity's thoughts. How do they get these non-sapient entities to crank it? Oh, okay, it's cranked nearby. It's not cranked by. Okay, one word makes all the difference when you read these documents. So... Toad King, welcome to the chat. What is cranking with you, my friend? Who we just recently shouted out about your Unkillable Lizard softball team. So, crazy random happenstance that you make it to stream. Suffice it to say, Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a hot slice on your way past the commissary. SCP-729 versus SCP-729! Dash J. I'm already not feeling well today. You're not helping. SCP-729, not that abomination, without a dash J, is called the Marble Bath. It is a bathtub that makes you so sleepy and want to relax that you stay in it until you die. Now, as that abomination has not been affected by the anomalies we have shown it to before, and in fact has destroyed such intense anomalies such as SCP-682, I doubt that bitch-ass peep bunny would want to get in the bath. It's disgusting enough as it is. I know it's never bathed a day in its life. Thank you, Toad King, for pointing out that, yes, the Staring Statues was the other Foundation Site softball team. So are you playing for the Unkillable Lizards or the Staring Statues? In fact, I'm making a poll. Which team you batting for? Unkillable Lizards. Staring Statues. Also, good news, the SCP patches have been restocked. People can now complete their SCP cosplays with black, white, and now orange SCP logo patches. Well, it turns out, Toad King, that you just unlocked my trap card, which is going to the SCP Toad King Studios Etsy shop for a sponsored segment. If you go to Toad King Studios on Etsy, you are going to see some of the finest merch and wares in the SCP community. Patches for the D-Class. Transparent butterfly stickers for Rocky fans. All sorts of cool patches or stickers of the SCP logo. The holographic ones are really neat. What if your bullet protected you from the Foundation? No, other ways around. What if the Foundation protected you from bullets? SCP-999 making the shocked Pikachu face. All sorts of cool merchandise for the SCP Foundation can be found at the Toad King Studios Etsy store. That's just one of the many pages. So go over there. Guy kicks ass. Makes a good podcast, too. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending 4 sparkles and 5 stars, and then another sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure that the 5 sparkles and 5 stars made the Containment Hazard Assessment team feel very sparkledelic, as well as, you know, they got 5 stars. You're doing good, chat. You're doing good. You're a 5-star chat. Hey guys, I was doing a joke checkup on me, SCP-4206, and I was looking at the files of myself, and I started to feel like a toaster myself. What do I do? Salted flour, get away from me. Now, if you stay in range of me for too long, you start to think you are me, and then you start trying to do toaster things like I do, except if you jam toast in your ass, medical's gonna have to clean it out, and they will be very offended. So, get away from me. Captain Gilbert, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a... well, anything but toast on your way past the commissary right now. Whenever you're free, could you read SCP-011-DE? It's good. Well, I mean, I can take a quick look at it. I don't... let's see what we got. Is this a particularly meta SCP? And furthermore, how long is it? Because I see the choose your own adventure at the bottom. Is this gonna take a minute? It's not long, but it's meta. It's a sapient software joke. Well, I'm just skimming it right now, and it's it is a fairly long SCP. Well, I guess it's not that long because it's small paragraphs. Although, for the sake of the chat, I do not want to spoil what I'm seeing at the end there. So all I'm sufficing to say is, this anomaly, SCP-011-DE, is doing the fan-favorite creepypasta website of, oh, yeah, I'm gonna pull your username. Make sure you know I'm talking to you. You're here now. Haha. So, be careful of whatever that database entry tells you. Don't believe its lies. But, Captain Gilbert, for the shortness of this stream, I'm not going to take up too much time by reading that one completely. I will read it off stream. Hi, is the SCP's true? Intern Carnivorous, the SCP Foundation is a fake online creative writing community. Well, I guess all the SCPs are fake, but the online creative writing community is real. It's just fanfiction, bro. We don't pretend the SCP Foundation is real. We drop our kayfabe when asked because of the Slender Band stabbings back in 2015. We don't need some kids thinking SCPs are real and then stabbing their friends about it. So no, it's a fun creative website. I am an actor. This is a costume lab coat. Well, it's a real lab coat that I got from a medical supply store because those are better quality than costume lab coats. But suffice it to say, fake. Don't stab your friends. I'm not a real desk. It's a pretty good meme you got there, desk. Oh, Puppet Boy. Oh, you're so funny. Take a shot every time Doc says, suffice it to say. Well, then you would never take a shot. Ever. Because it's sufficed with a D at the end. Sufficed. It's one word. Sufficed to say. Ha! Got you on a technicality. Take it. Ooh, Mr. Semantics over here. You're damn right. You're damn right. Technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. I forgot, do we have a sapient Hatsune Miku doll in containment? I don't believe so. But now I'm trying to remember how many times Hatsune Miku is referenced on the SCP database. Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku is mentioned 108 pages of the SCP database. In the Log of Anomalous Items, Section 2. A Sega Project Diva Arcade F 2nd PM brand Hatsune Miku figurine that causes all persons in range to memorize the lyrics and tune of a randomized Hatsune Miku song, even if the person has never heard that song before. Location of recovery, Animex Con in Greenville Convention Center near Greenville, South Carolina. It's currently in the possession of a researcher, Redacted, who is enjoying their Hatsune Miku figurine. Furthermore, in the third Log of Anomalous Items, we have another Hatsune Miku sighting. A standard Dance Dance Revolution machine, all songs observed to be playable originate from other Aero-based rhythm games. As of the writing of the report, songs from Osu, Friday Night Funkin', and Hatsune Miku Project Diva are on the game. The back room of an arcade in Philadelphia is where this object was found, placed in the Site-42 break room for staff use. So, yeah, would you like to go play some non-DDR in the Site-42 commissary? Sorry, their break room. Otherwise, Hatsune Miku seems to be mentioned in a lot of tales and author pages. Making references. What if the tree can't scream because of an info hazard type effect? Well, Intern Voidburn, when we're talking about SCP-4521, we gotta remember, number one, all trees scream in nature. True science, not even talking about science fiction here. We know that trees scream, and this one tree doesn't. Now, are you positing to me right now that SCP-4521 cannot scream because it is the victim of an info hazard? That an info hazard has infected SCP-4521 and caused it not only not to scream, but also to make a god ear-deafening silence and regenerate like Wolverine? Regenerative anomaly? Because that seems pretty unlikely for just an info hazard to do that. Meanwhile, we do know that SCP-4521 has not passed on its properties to any other tree, so I don't believe it's an info hazard coming out of the tree either. Dr. Sherman, what's your favorite tool in the to use in the SCP Foundation? Well, as a writing community, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the pen is mightier than the sword. The most useful tool in a writing community, your pen, or your keyboard, as a habit. I was looking at the files for 127 and I'm questioning something. How does it answer stuff or consume nutrients? I'm unfamiliar with 127 off the top of my head, but I can take a look at the documentation real quick. The living gun. What did you say about 127? How does it answer stuff? Why would it answer stuff? It's a gun. It doesn't answer anything. It does not seem capable of reproduction at this time. It does not say anywhere in the document that SCP-127 can talk. So I don't know what you're talking about there. But yes, it is the tooth gun, Captain Gilbert. SCP-127, codename the Living Gun. Now, it is... Attempts to remove the magazine have resulted in failure. Human-like teeth. 3 to 5 days to regrow a new supply of ammunition. Requires no sustenance between water, calcium, and protein. Well, the documentation doesn't say how we feed it either. So, considering it looks like a normal gun and the magazine is non-removable, I would assume the only way to feed it is to put something in the barrel. Wouldn't you agree? But since the 127 team has not found it worth it for us to know, I'm sure they've got the situation handled. Intern Salted Flower, I would not claim that this gun is sentient. Remember, sentience is being able to think and feel. Whereas sapience is your awareness, self-awareness. So animals are sentient, people are sapient. If I've got that right, I sometimes mix those up. Suffice it to say, this thing has never talked to us. It's never shown feeling. It just shoots teeth and then regrows teeth, and it requires water, calcium, and protein to be added as sustenance. So I wouldn't say this gun is sentient at all. Sure, can't talk, but can it like 1 shot for yes, 2 shots for no or something? How do we test on that thing? Salted Flower, it does not shoot unless you pull the trigger. So, we're the ones who do the shooting. Yeah, nothing says that this gun can shoot on its own either. By the way, Site-42 staff, we are currently 10 minutes from the end of stream. 10 minutes, so get your last minute questions in. Is there an SCP that doesn't pay child support if it exists? I mean, none of them do, because we have them in containment. They're not getting to their families. They're not working jobs. They're not getting a paycheck. So, all of them. You deadbeat. .369 Destroyer, does Weddle actually have kids and pay child support? Is that what you're saying to me? I don't seem to recall that. Intern Royalty, thank you for appreciating my styling due. Do you use any SCPs for power generation that you know of? Intern Kevin. When it comes to power generation of SCPs, there is currently research going on for SCP-6622. Codename, let me get the codename for this anomaly for you. SCP-6622, codename Beaver Power. SCP-6622, codename Beaver Power, is hydroelectric beaver dams. Beavers that can build electronic generating beaver dams. And when the electric wires go into the trees and the roots, or through the trees and the roots, I don't actually think they're wires, distribute into man-made electrical infrastructure via fairy rings. The fairy rings transfer electricity into the power grid, and there are currently 96 cities that are partially being powered by beavers. So we're trying to work on getting that to be very much more effective for the Foundation without disturbing normalcy of city limits. Please look at the documentation for SCP-6622 for more information. Amber, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Thank you for making it through the Ko-Fi for the reduced fees. We appreciate you going through the effort. Grab yourself a butterscotch cinnamon pie on your way past the commissary. Was listening to SCP-3086 today, and I realize I drive past Greenville, Illinois every time I go to Redacted. Oh no. Oh no, you are local to the birth of the #1 paw of all animated creatures, Saul Sislak. You gotta watch out. You don't know what's gonna come out of the drawing desk in that derelict building. Hello, I'm having trouble getting into the SCP site. The account creation is confusing. Intern Ninja Foxco, you are not the first one to have trouble with Wikidot. Wikidot, our host website of so many glitches and thus. First things first, you want to make sure you join Wikidot as a user. Then you have to apply to the SCP Wiki community, following all the guidelines in the SCP application. Also, if your email address has a number in it, or if your email address comes from Hotmail.com, then Wikidot just won't answer you. Wikidot hates email addresses from Hotmail or if they have any numbers in them. It's peculiar, to say the least. Intern Package, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some French fries on your way past the commissary. X is not an SCP, but if it were a remake yet, I've got a couple perspective scripts, but the last year has really been a lot of trouble with keeping up with stream, with my day job, and trying to rehab my foot so I can get back to walking around like a normal human being. So, the series is still on the back burner, but it is on the burner. It is not dead. I do want to make more of those. It is a great series. I just, it's a lot of work, because now I've been around long enough, I want to be a perfectionist about it. So, it's not dead. Shiny Chariot, thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I am sure they will keep it 100 at your urging. Is SCP-049 a Euclid or a Keter class? I forgot. Anime royalty. You typed, is SCP-049 a Euclid or Keter class? I forgot, into the chat. If you had just typed SCP-049 into Google, it would have brought you to the page that tells you that SCP-049 is Euclid. It took more effort to ask me than to find out. There's too many SCPs, I'm sorry. No! What do you mean there's too many SCPs? No! Anime royalty! What are you talking about? No. I'm saying that if you open your phone or internet browser to the Google and you just type in SCP-049 and hit enter, then you can go to the article, and it says it right there on the SCP database. Everybody, you can check, you can look. If someone's asked, how do you contain that? It's in the special containment procedures for the anomalies on the database. Please, you can check the database. I am not Google. I can do so much more than Google things for you. Please, help me to help you to help you. So I don't have to help you, because you can help you. You can do it. You can do it. Someone in the comments of today's video, today's short, which was about SCP-3616, went, oh, I looked up that article, and it's a blah 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 that blah blah blahs, and that's really cool. And I was just like, thank you, YouTube commenter, who chose to see a video about an SCP and then look it up on the database. More power, all of you. Follow the example. I know many of you do, but the rest of you who don't, now's the time. You can always check the SCP Wiki. Not the fandom wiki, doesn't count. But the actual SCP Wiki. Yes. Yes. Read SCPs from the source. Intern Miller, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself some popped corn on your way past the commissary. If Thomas the Tank Engine and friends were SCPs, which they aren't, but if they were, how would the Foundation contain them? Well, I already saw Desk chimed in on this. Let me see what I find here. There is evidence of them being able to be contained easily by just building a wall around them. There is an episode where a mean train had a brick wall built up, burying them into a tunnel, and they were never seen again. I mean, it probably died, but they are real easy to contain. And that's true. If the tracks are taken up, Thomas-style trains are screwed. So we just pick up the tracks to obstruct their movement, and then maybe we build the tracks to wherever we want to contain them, and then contain them there. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. For the love of God, Montresor! Very good, Puppet Boy. Very good. I hope that tank engine got his Amontillado. Intern Hyde, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some sushi on your way past the commissary. Sending emotional support from Site-134. Oh, yeah. The site needs it after most of them have been turned back inside in. It's been a trying week. Thank you for your emotional support. Sorry about that. I'm very new to that stuff, lol. You are quite okay, anime royalty. I am giving you guff for the jokes and japes. No one's actually mad at you. Thank you for rolling with the punch. Yes. The SCP Wiki is the source of all SCP knowledge because, unlike the Fandom Wiki, where, let's say, Marvel has the Marvel Wiki. That's a fandom wiki where people update things about, oh, this is the issue in which this thing happened. But on the SCP Wiki, that's just where SCP authors write SCP stories. So not being a source of second-hand knowledge about the universe, the SCP Wiki, the official one, is the source of all SCP canon lore, which makes it unique among intellectual properties. You go to Marvel Comics, DC Comics, you go to Disney, and there's movies and canon that need to be encyclopedia'd on a separate wiki. But the SCP Wiki is the source of the IP, which is interesting. A lot of people don't know about that. And Site-42 staff, we have made it to the end of stream. I see in the chat poll, 58% of you decided to be the unkillable lizards for the softball team, leaving a beautiful... I was going to say a beautiful 42% for the staring statues, but then someone else became a staring statue and they put it up to 43% to thwart me! You bastard. But anyways... yes, it's the end of stream, and as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. But I'm not going to tell you that my favorite SCPs are the ones that I wrote. That would be cheating. That would be narcissism on my part, which I would not abide. But if you want to read the SCPs that I actually wrote, you can go to The Sherm's author page on the Site-42 hub and The Sherm's author page on the SCP Wiki. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And if you go one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people ask about in the chat all the time, but then they are just not determined enough to find the links. It's sad for them. But not for you, Site-42 Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You are intrepid, determined, brave, and surprisingly good-looking. Nice. You guys will find those links, I know it. And as you do, you'll find our Patreon or our YouTube channel member if you want to donate to us monthly. You can do Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chats to donate to us one at a time. You can get the Dr. Sherman plushie. Link in the chat or in the VOD. We have 16 days left to hit the minimum purchase price, or minimum purchase amount. Otherwise, they don't get printed. So, Get it while it exists, or it doesn't exist, people. Either way, if you appreciate the work we do at Site-42 and you can donate to support our work, myself, Desk, Synth, Ancient Goose, all of us, we appreciate your generosity. And if you can't donate or buy merch to support us, do not fret. Starving artists are a big part of the SCP community and every arts community. We get that. But you can still help us out by being members of Mobile Task Force Site-42, codename the Signal Boosters. They are the ones who help us by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting, clipping, not just for us here at Site-42, but also for the SCP projects that we support, the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists. SCP YouTubers like RADDAGHER, who we're supporting today. Go check out RADDAGHER's YouTube videos and become a patron if you want to see her new one early. SCP streamers, SCP filmmakers, animators, game devs, merch makers, podcasters, etc. Merch makers like Toad King Studios, podcasters like Toad King Studios. He does lots of things. When you help us out, we have the ability to make bigger and better SCP projects all together as a community. It all teams up, so thank you guys, both the money side and the engagement side, for helping the SCP community to grow. We're all in this together, and I thank you for your service. Some donations have come in during the outro. Let me get those so I don't forget about them. 100 stars. Thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. We appreciate that, and they will keep it 100 at your urging. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first 2 donations to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a spritzer on your way past the commissary. And last minute Puppy of Interest 42 Charlie, how is your Discs day? Well, it's been a kind of a tired day recovering from the events of the weekend, but we're doing all right overall. I assume Desk is also winded, but better than before, which is good news. We'll see if Puppy of Interest 42 makes a last minute, but she has been hanging out with Agent Goose, who has returned from the fleshing, so Puppy of Interest 42 needs Agent Goose time as well. Rave Haven, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member to say, am I late? During the outro. Yep, that is about as late as you could get without being missing stream completely. But you know what? You were here. We saw you. Very good. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one, it is a pretty rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-575-530-8980. Content warning on the last one, it's a rough read. Whew, Site-42 staff. This has been another After Hours at Site-42, a subsidiary of the anonymous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Boop. Boop, damn you. Boop, scream. I'll show you good, restore your faith. I'll try and somehow make the meaning of the poison in this place convince you love. Don't breathe it in. You were written in the stars that we are swimming in, and it has no name, no guarantee. It's just the promise of a day I know that some may never see, but that's enough. If the bottom drops out, I hope my love was someone else's solid ground. Don't stop trying to find me here amidst the chaos. Though I know it's blinding, there's a way out. Say out loud. We will not give up on love now. No fear. Don't you turn like Orpheus, just stay here. Hold me in the dark, and when the day appears, we'll say we did not give up on love today. The credit song is Orpheus by Sarah Bareilles. Be safe, be well, Site-42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect.